Although Election Day 2020 is over a year away, it's safe to say it's a hot topic on people's minds right now. If you've turned on TV or opened up Twitter at all lately, you would probably know that the presidential seat is up for re-election here in the United States. And there are 10 Democratic hopefuls competing for the spot against our current president, Donald Trump. But what you may not know is that all 435 House of Representatives seats are also up for re-election, as well as a number of Senate seats. So if you're one of those people who happens to be involved with one of these campaigns in any way, whether you're running a digital marketing campaign or volunteering, or you're running for office yourself, this is going to be a great video for you. So today we're talking about 5 things that you definitely need when you're running a digital-first, modern political campaign. First thing is a clear message. Voters are educated nowadays and they have all of the information super accessible to them. They know how to search the internet to find what they're looking for, so it's important to be as transparent as possible. Senator Elizabeth Warren, who's currently running for president, has made a name for herself by adding the kind of unofficial campaign slogan, "I have a plan for that," into her campaign messaging. And it's been working really well. People want to know exactly what it is they're going to get if they vote for you, and that's something that she's really been leading the pack on. So not only is it important to understand exactly where you stand on the popular and most important issues that are facing your geographic area or the country if you're running for a larger office, but it's important to also communicate those things. So making sure that you have that information and that messaging displayed clearly on your website, on your social channels, and of course when you're speaking to people in person. Now, it is almost 2020 after all. You are going to need a good digital logo. So President Barack Obama in his campaign in 2008 really made waves with his very innovative, kind of iconic logo. And honestly, our current president, Donald Trump, has a very interesting, simple logo and tagline as well. It's important to make sure that this logo looks good online, but it's also going to do more work for you than just that. It's going to be used for mailers and t-shirts, and if you're the current president, baseball caps. It can really say a lot about your campaign before even opening your mouth. Now, remember what I said about developing a clear message and understanding where you stand on things? Well, it's important to communicate those things as well, and you need to do that through a website. Websites are important for almost any personal brand. We've talked about them many times before here on this channel, but definitely if you're running for office, you need kind of a home base to house all of your statements on important issues, things like campaign logos and photos, and of course you're gonna need a place where people can donate. That's a very important part of running a campaign is money. It's what keeps you up there on the debate stages and keeps your campaigns running. Now, Mayor Pete Buttigieg of Indiana, who's running for president right now, he took a pretty interesting approach to his website and actually opened up his logo to anyone who wants to download it. You can mix and match different color options and download the logo to print it out or use it on your social channels or wherever you want. So it's a very 21st century modern approach to a website, and it seems to be working pretty well for him. Next thing you're gonna need is a social media tool and plan. So there is no such thing as a political campaign nowadays without a social media plan. It's important to share content regularly about you, who you are, what you believe in, what you stand for, what you're gonna do for the country or for the state or city that you're representing. But it's also important to respond to things real time and pay attention to the news and hop on social media trends, whether it's memes or hashtags or more important things that are happening in the world. It's also important to have a social media tool in place so that you don't have to constantly be glued to your phone at all times researching hashtags and responding to people and things like that. Especially if you're out there in the real world doing town halls and debates, you need to have a team who's able to respond to social media on your behalf. And that's one of the most beautiful things about social media, especially when it comes to political campaigns, is it really allows you to connect one-on-one with people who otherwise might not be able to talk to you. So make sure that you have those DMs turned on and that you're checking them regularly, responding to comments, and really winning over voters by taking a personal approach to your campaign. And lastly, you're going to need a reputation management tool as well. So reputation management allows you to keep track of what people are saying about you online, keep track of how the sentiment is changing after you do public speaking or debates or have events, to make sure that the messaging that you're using is resonating and that people are really responding to what you're saying. So using a tool like Marple allows you to see exactly what other people see when they Google your name, and you'll be able to keep track of those results and really take control of your data. What we'll do is we'll send you a notification every time a new Google search result pops up about you, and you'll be able to check it out and see what it says and even report it to Google for removal if you need to. And this is a great way to see what potential voters are going to be seeing when they search for your name for the first time. A lot of people might not know who you are yet, and the first thing they're going to do is hop on a search engine to see who you are and what you stand for. So it's important that it's reflecting you positively and that it has all of the good stuff and doesn't put your reputation at risk. So we allow you up to one search term for free, but you can choose additional ones as well. So your first and last name would be a great option, of course, but using your campaign slogan or tagline or email address might be another option. If I were Bernie Sanders, for example, I would probably want to put Bernie Sanders into Marple, but I'd also probably want my tagline, not me, us, in there as well, so I could see when that tagline was mentioned. So if you're interested, if you are working on a campaign, if you are running for office yourself, or if you're just a normal person who's building up your personal brand and you want to sign up, it is free to do so. Go ahead and head over to marple.app to get started today. And if you enjoyed this video, if it was helpful for you, be sure to leave us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for new videos every single week. Thanks so much for watching, and happy voting.